all politicians are not the same. There is no perfect human being. But the current governor of Abia State is not the same with the current governor of Kogi State. All politicians are not the same. Nigerians have an idea that you may need to look for a saint, but there is corruption even in the Vatican where the Pope is. There is corruption in Mecca where people go as the Holy Land to go and stone the devil at the Mount of Arafat. The issue is, are the characters and competencies of a person pointing to the fact that you can use public office for public good? If you want to check on those bases, Peter Obi, a person like him, has been consistent with his politics from being governor. He made a statement. Peter Obi made a statement publicly and said, I am not a saint, but I'm not a thief. Daddy Freeze. 98% of Nigerian politicians cannot make that statement because they are thieves. Yes. Government in Nigeria is criminality. And look, if you want to really be fair to the person of Peter Obi, of course he could have worked in the Abacha administration, he could have worked, but what has been his track record? What was his wealth before going into public office as a governor? What did he get after? Remember that for the kind of opposition Peter Obi has been, if there was one thing that the government could have had about against Peter Obi, he should be in court. The person who succeeded Peter Obi, Chief Wilberforce Obiano, is in the EFCC books questioning for money laundering.
Could it be that Peter Obi already had, because you see, there's no way we can divorce this Abacha. You cannot be head of port and then you tell me that I lived. I'm 49 this year. I was in university when Abacha was in power.
Yes,
and I'm aware of what I'm aware of. A lot of you might not be aware of the smelling fuel. Do you remember the 6 months of smelling fuel?
No.
I only heard of that. I
witnessed it. I used to enter inside Danfo and you want to die. And this fuel was imported. It passed somewhere to get into this country. So, yes, I understand. Ideology for ideology, yes, I understand. But I still worry. Let me put it that way. About his, can I say, romance with the government of Abacha. Maybe if he can draw some clarity, maybe if he can give us some clarity, okay, when I work with General Sani Abacha, this and this, that might just make me switch over to his side.
Okay, because it is important that you interrogate that, because we are going to put the flip side on the other side. Because if not Peter Obi, the other persons and the role they played, from the Third and Fourth Republic up to this point. So we have to put it on a scale and a balance. The role of Peter Obi as at that time and the role of these others leading up till today. You watch the recent interview by Alhaji Sule Lamido, the former governor of Jigawa State, on what the current president allegedly his role throughout the Nadeko and Abacha and Abiola issue.
Absolutely.
Which he has, glorified and even put himself as the center, as a, whatever it is called, a hero of democracy. All we are trying to say is that, can you get leadership that you can hold accountable? Can you get leadership? Because, Daddy Freeze, we will not get St. Peter or St. Paul to become president of Nigeria. The Nigerian that will be president will be amongst the 200 and so million of us that are here. I have a past. You have a past. Is your past too nasty for you to hold public office? At least within the 8 years that Peter Obi was governor, he has made a case for himself. Do you know that Professor Charles Soludo, the current governor of Anambra State, did not support him in 2023? Even though he ran on his popularity to become governor. He supported the former Vice President Atiku Abubakar. He came out with a scathing rebuke of Peter Obi before the elections and said that was just going to be part one. He tested the waters. When he saw the feedback, till today, Professor's solution has not brought part two. He said in that book, in that statement, he said, I am current governor and I have the records. Obi came out and said, whatever records you have, reproduce them. It cannot be that two successive governors can cover up everything now. So even if we don't want to go, or we can't go as far back, of which legitimately you can ask questions about his role, what he did in that administration as a Ports Authority head. But within the period that now that people have followed, he has come out with a record that what exactly was it? Most of the politicians we have, what was their economic or financial stand before they got into public office? What was President Tinubu doing before he became a politician? People in Nigeria, politicians have wealth without enterprise. People go into public office 4 years, become billionaires, and they call them philanthropists. With which person money? You carry state money, they use person money, do philanthropy.
No possible.
Then you are going to pocket it. The money you should have used to provide blanket health insurance for all people, you pocket. Then one person go sick, you go give him. He go naked, go stand for beach. They pray for you during election. Say make you win. As against what? Please, when we talk about character and competence, I think that a person like Peter Obi, even if I'm not holding his place, have proven. Anybody that will tell you that I was not withdrawing from my salaries as a governor and I am not taking any pension. The current pension scheme of President Tinubu includes overseas medical treatment for a non-specified number of family members. Have you read the pension scheme of Lagos State governors? Including routine changing of cars, security vehicles, houses in Maitama, in the choice places in Asokoro or Maitama, in Lagos. Have you seen the Lagos State governor's pension bill? The salary of a former governor.
Wait, Lagos State governor?
Yes.
Has a house, or is supposed to have a house.
On your retirement, you are supposed to have a house.
In Abuja.
And Lagos. Go and download them and check. And Obi comes out and tell you that they even gave me land and I wrote a letter to reject. Look, it is not, you cannot get a person as a saint, or you cannot claim to be a perfect person. But when it comes to the character, capacity, and consistency in public office, I think that we should be fair to a person like Peter Obi. We are talking about WAEC certificate of president. We are looking for schoolmates. We just saw Mr. Alex after many years. And so let's be fair and honest with ourselves.